I had a very important person in my life come to me and say, who's your hero? And I said, I don't know, I got to think about that. Give me a couple of weeks. I come back 2 weeks later. This person comes up and says, who's your hero? I said, I thought about it. You know who it is? I said, it's me in 10 years. So I turned 25 10 years later. That same person comes to me and goes, so are you a hero? And I was like, not even close. No. She said, why? I said, because my hero is me at 35. So you see, every day, every week, every month, and every year of my life, my hero is always 10 years away. I'm never going to be my hero. I'm not going to attain that. I know I'm not. And that's just fine with me because that keeps me with somebody to keep on chasing. So to any of us, whatever those things are, whatever it is we look up to, whatever it is we look forward to, and whoever it is we're chasing, to that I say amen. To that I say, all right. And to that I say, just keep living, huh? Thank you.
One time for the great Matthew McConaughey. And one time for the gang back in the building. EFS podcast is back for episode number 25. He said green light.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
One of his flicks?
If you know, you know.
I guess I don't know.
You gotta be in tapped in, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not.
I'll send you a link or whatever.
I'm not clearly. I'm not tapped in at all, clearly. But we are tapped in for episode 25. The gang is back in the house. EFS podcast. Round of applause for the Mandem. Couple air horns for the Mandem as well. Episode 25 is back. We're a quarter to 100. Quarter to 100. How long does it take for us to get to 100?
Starting blocks. We almost out the starting blocks.
I mean, we out the starting blocks.
I don't know, bro.
This is a
not
marathon.
According to Mr. Beast. Not according to
he said you got to have 100 videos.
Before, and that's when you officially start.
I mean, in full content creation mode that I have been in this year alone, I'm probably close to 100 pieces of content that I put out. Maybe over between Instagram,
Come on now.
all other shit.
Yeah, we putting out content.
Creative,
for sure.
bro.
We some creative content.
I'm a creator.
Motherfuckers.
No
But yeah,
doubt.
man, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling all right, bro.
Fresh off of the Duffy's Hope game and
fresh off of my birthday, first and foremost.
Hey, shouts to another
Before we start
year.
giving Duffy love, one time for I keep doing that. One time for myself.
I know you get yourself crickets.
I need to have crickets sometimes. Calm my shit down. All right, we fade out this theme. Yeah, but fresh off the birthday.
Happy
Before
birthday
we start talking about Duffy, shouts to Duffy for the game and all that. We'll recap that momentarily. Birthday weekend was fire.
Yeah, man.
It was chill. A lot different than last year, I'd say.
What happened?
Stark contrast from last year.
Oh, I know what happened last year.
Miami.
Yeah?
Miami.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I had a good time out Miami.
Yeah.
Had a good time spending that bread. Spending that
Facts.
bread, getting that debt.
Miami. Yeah.
I ain't mad at it though. Sometimes you gotta splurge on yourself, man. If you don't make yourself happy, who else gonna do it?
I mean, shit. I'm gonna definitely make myself happy.
Exactly.
Pause, if that can be construed in any kind of way.
That's wild.
Before we continue, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on all platforms.
Yes, please.
Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Show us the love. Appreciate it. We love y'all. And, we're going to keep this thing rolling. But
we
definitely.
appreciate you for checking in.
But yeah, back to what I was saying. This year was different. Slow, chill. A lot more chill. Dinner was cool. Your name is now Cake Boss.
Cake Boss. Wow.
Your name is now Cake Boss.
I didn't know I got that title, man.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
Waldo
appreciate
Black,
it, man.
a.k.a. Cake Boss.
Yes, sir.
Just because of the whole scenario that you set up for me with the cake thing. That was fire.
Come
Appreciate
on, I
that.
gotta take care of my brother, man. Come on, man.
Nah, that was good. That was good, man. Appreciate that for sure. And then just dinner, just chill vibes. But, that was really it.
Yeah, man. I love the dinner. I think we had everybody together. We were connected. It was wonderful.
No, it was cool.
It was
very,
wonderful.
very mixed group of people, which I do appreciate.
Yeah, right. It wasn't like one dimensional.
Yeah, but everybody got along. It was chill. It was fine. Different people conversing about the same topics was interesting. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like everybody's in a good space right now, and I'm glad that we, are here to not only celebrate, but fellowship and all that other good shit around some great food, really good food.
Yeah. Good food, good vibes. Shouts to
great service. I told him,
Yeah, he was on his top.
Up the Waldo Black standards.
Yep.
Waldo Black be the hardest on service.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if we coming to sit down and eat, you better have your stuff together.
He gonna let you know.
I'm gonna tell you.
He gonna try to do it politely too.
Very polite.
He could try to do it politely.
Very politely.
But they can see right through that shit, bro.
I'm going to tell you about yourself.
They can see right through it, bro.
I'm going to say, hey, this is where we are. This is what we need.
I mean,
need you up the par, man. And then other times I do recognize sometimes, servers are having a long day or a hard day.
You got to spot the difference is what I was told.
Mm-hmm.
Christine told me you have to understand when they're actually busy and it's not an issue with their service or when they just bullshit.
Exactly.
Because not for nothing, she went, we talked about it. Did we talk about that night? How she went ham on the
Oh, yeah.
I ain't seen her like that before.
That's the first time you saw it, huh?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was fire. I'm like, word. Yeah.
Standing up for you. That's good, man.
And it wasn't even, it was me, but it was just principle and the end of the day, which is why I'm like, I bet. Like, but yeah, to see her go to that, I'm like, and we big hangry too. So we need some food.
It's crazy.
Going off on the restaurant when you're hangry is a different vibe. Like, I need food, and you're not providing it for me in a timely enough fashion. So you got to hear it right now.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that was cool. That's cool.
How does it feel to be 1 year older? I ain't gonna throw your age out there in the pod, even though it's Googleable.
I'm 38 years old, man.
I know it's Googleable, so you can go.
Is it Googleable?
Type it in Google right now. I guarantee it'll pop up.
I know how old I am. You could.
Hey Siri, how old is Dwight Burke?
I found this on the web.
I know it's going to have my birthday or something, so you can do math. But you know how some artists and shit, like, it'll pop up say 53 years old.
Pop up 53 years old. She ain't got you on there with that.
I ain't that lit, y'all. Level. I ain't that famous.
But it says it came right up. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for sure.
38 years old. It comes right up.
Nah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
It's out there.
It's Googleable.
Oh, no doubt.
Because you're a professional athlete. Of course it's gonna come up, man.
Yeah, I ain't even tripping. I'm 38, bro.
I'm 38, bro.
It feels. I would say it's the first year that I really started to like come to grips with my own mortality.
Ooh. Is this the real talk segment? Because this sounds like a deeper conversation.
Not necessarily. This is real, just like it's just real, birth. I'm always very, I guess, introspective when it comes to birthdays because it's like, you've been here for another year, bro. Like, what did you accomplish in the last year? What did you learn in the last year? Like, what's the next step for you in this upcoming year? Like, where you at in life? That's I always do like a mental check-in around my birthday.
EFS pod family?
Nah, for real. And that's why my posts, anytime I put them out on my birthday, it is like a collection of thoughts to like give people. Sometimes it's a little bit shorter because it's just a couple messages I picked up. Sometimes it's a little bit longer because it's like deeper, more, I guess, meaningful things that I feel can be impactful for other people that I went through. So I put my thoughts out on that. Like every post for my birthday is like a collection of thoughts about, what I learned or what resonated with me to then give to the people. So this year was like a different year as far as that goes. But even outside of that, like thinking about whatever is like coming next, like I'm almost 40, so that's a different whole vibe. And the whole Olympics and all that stuff is going on. So I'm seeing all these young ass athletes out here like performing at their peak levels of themselves and all that other shit. While me in the midst of now being a very athletic and fitness minded person, but also have had two like setback injuries in the past year that I'm like, damn, this should keep happening. This should keep happening. So I got to adjust something within myself, whether it be like my out of workout regimen to where I'm taking more precaution with my recovery, more preventative like exercise things to keep myself like, limber, loose, and, able to perform athletically and just work out as high intensity, as high level as I like to.
Right.
Those things are like more of they come more to the forefront now. Sometimes it's just like when I was younger, I was like, all right, well, whatever, I'm gonna load it up and I'm gonna go. Well, it's like that shit is just a natural thing for me. But now having to do so many things just to keep myself moving, in my mind, I was thinking it, but I was joking to somebody else. I said like, yo, a lot of motherfuckers would have gave up by now, like, and just said, fuck it, I'm just going cave and just be the nigga that sits on the couch all the time. I'm not working out. I'm not doing shit. I'm not even trying to maintain this shit because it becomes too much harder to do. So this year was one of the years that I felt like now it's all coming to the forefront. Like, bro, you getting older. Like, when I seen some of these niggas in the Olympics is running, it's like, and 23-year-old so-and-so running from like
21-year-old, this, that, and the third.
I remember what the fuck it was like to be 23, 20, like,
it's a whole different world,
and even fucking 30. Like, there's some athletes in there that's 30 and they old.
And they old
compared to the other ones.
For athlete, yeah.
I'm like 38, like, and even
great,
with the whole
great.
Duffy's Hope shit, which we'll get to in a moment, like, I was the oldest nigga out there. Probably won't know. Maybe like one or two of the oldest.
There was another old nigga that was like he just finished the fifth.
Yeah. That's the homie I was talking about. That's the one I was talking about.
He just finished the fifth.
Outside in my locker room, I was the oldest nigga on the team.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like, damn, like this shit is really like, nigga, you're not even old for an athlete no more. You just like you old.
You just old to be old.
Yeah, like And the crazy shit is I don't look like a person who's supposed to be my age and all. So everybody think
that
I'm
black
younger.
don't crack. Yeah,
shit crazy. But internally, I'm just like, bro, this is a whole different feeling now. So it's things I gotta come to grips with and just adjust. So this year, I would say this is one of the first years I come to grips with my own, I guess, physical mortality because my body's been in this realm for a long time. I might not feel like I'm 38, but mentally or whatever, I do feel younger and like lively and spirited and everything like that.
No,
but the body, like it's like, bro, it's like the battle between fighting off Father Time and then still, being able to maintain a certain aura and just swagger about yourself. It's like, it's a challenge, but I'm here for it.
You got swag though. I mean,
no doubt. You can't really tell until you just peep like the grays coming out of my beard a little bit, and then the little shit's like, but
don't talk about the grays, man. I mean, I'm like, what's that? Oh shit,
you ain't got no grays, bro.
I got grays, bro. I just pluck them.
Well,
listen, if you see
you ain't
me,
no spring chicken either.
Hey, okay.
He might not want to put his age out, but he ain't no spring chicken either.
I'm young. I'm a young 32.
You're a musician, so you gotta maintain.
I'm a young 32
you gotta
out
maintain
here. Out here moving.
The mystique and all that shit. So niggas a string of shit.
You gave me a flashback when I was a young boy. Shouts to Mystique. If you from Delaware, you know what that spot was back when we was young boys. There used to be this club on Kirkwood Highway called Mystique.
I did hear about that shit. I never been.
You never went to it? That joint was crazy. We was young boys. But anyway.
I've been here, bro, but I'm not,
You're not out here. You wasn't out here. You were spending time in New York.
I'm all over the place, bro. I'm another country or some shit.
Flip side, Duffy, so man, now that you talked about you being a 38-year-old athlete,
let's talk about it.
Tell me how your experience was, man. I was out there vibing, doing what I do.
Seen you.
You know what I'm saying?
Big promotion.
Hey, just trying to make waves, man. Best I can.
I mean, I feel it. You did the right thing. And and there's no knock to any, like, Duffy's. It was a good experience, I say. Shouts to Duffy's Hope one more time.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
She keep giving them.
I got to make sure that button goes to a different spot because it's my natural reach.
Yeah.
And I think I gave Duffy 2 crickets between last week and this week. And that's not my vibe. But either way, it was a good experience. It was a great, I guess, atmosphere for the people.
Yeah. Everybody had fun.
It looks
Family
like it.
Popped out.
It looks like everybody had fun.
People was dancing. Jokes were made.
Nah, it was cool. It was a cool event. And I'm like, making sure that I'm speaking respectfully because I don't want to put anybody in a negative light that, has given me an opportunity to either, just highlight me or represent me or for me to be at the event or collaborate with me. So it ain't nothing like that. I just think for me as a player, it wasn't the most,
It wasn't the professional basketball experience.
No, it's just different.
Yeah,
it's just different. And it's not that, anything's wrong with that. I understood what kind of game was. It was like celebrity game. So it's like more so about, just everybody having fun, the showmanship of it.
Yep.
And I was just glad to be a part of it. So it was a good game.
Yeah, 20 years they've been doing it, man. So it's like for me to be there, to be a part of the festivities and take in everything that was going on, I was just grateful.
I was dope.
I was very grateful. Dope. I could have been in the back, in the top row in the back, but I was front row, sitting there watching the game, watching my brother play.
Down in the mix with the people.
So I never saw you play before in live. You know what I mean? So even though this wasn't the quote unquote best representation, yeah,
you gotta watch the YouTube.
Bro, it's okay. I just to see you moving on the court was a pleasure for me because I was like, man, I know it was probably a great thing to be out in Paris or any of your time when you was out.
Different time.
It would have been great to have seen and witnessed because I seen your like. There's certain aspects you just can't. Your basketball IQ was spot on. Your movement away from without the ball was there. Like you spotted up in the corner a couple times, just waiting for the pass.
It's not
didn't
coming.
Get it. You didn't get it. Like coming. There was moments where I was like, "Damn, he's wide open."
It's not coming.
There's moments where I was like, but again, I took out my analytical side of my brain and said, "This is supposed to." Man, they made the vertically challenged ball jump with the Michael Rainey Jr.
Right.
Like I knew this was supposed to be fun.
Yeah, it's a fun,
light,
it's a fun game.
Have a good time.
Yeah, and that's cool.
Nobody is supposed to be playing with aggression. No one's trying to get injured out here, blowing a hammy.
Nah, definitely not.
Like it should be a fun, engaging experience for everybody that was there.
No doubt.
And I think it was to a degree. I think some people did get a little bit intense at times.
Yeah, it did. It got a little chippy in certain ways.
Yeah, people got intense. But I think that's just part of competition.
Nah, it just happens that way.
Yeah.
You know? It was more so like chippy, but lighthearted chippy. Nobody was really like angry or anything like that.
Nah.
Like the best part of it was just seeing everybody kind of like fucking with each other. Like, pause and but everybody was like kind of enjoy. It was a little bit of like playful banter back and forth between the two teams, the two sidelines. I ain't really know many of these people. So coming into the situation in the locker room, I kind of felt like a fish out of water just because like I'm not like, I know I'm known in certain ways, but I'm not a quote unquote celeb or like, a celeb or in this area and all that shit. So I'm just there to be a part of the event. I mean, so, people was really like, they was like, yo, who you, like, whatever. Like, yeah, and that was kind of one of the goals was to grow, our audience, I didn't know if I'd have that much of a chance to do that through the event, which I, felt like there could have been some more opportunities with that, but that's one of my only criticisms of it. But, but outside of that, it was just me being a part of it. And just me realizing I'm the oldest nigga in this locker room.
The oldest nigga in the locker room.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
The most wisdom experience, man. Flex that. That's flex.
But it was cool, again, just to be a part of. Shouts to Duffy for putting me down. I do appreciate it. It did make me want to play more now, just because.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, in fact. I've been in that mode, though. So
we should definitely pull up to there's a joint that happens in Baltimore.
There's a couple of things that people have been inviting me to. Yeah. One is tonight, and we record, so I can't, pull up to that.
Podcast over. Appreciate y'all. Be sure to follow us, like us, and comment. We heading to the court right now.
Yeah. No. We ain't going to shut down the pod for my own selfish ambitions right now, currently.
All good. I'm just messing.
Another one, shout out to Mar Mason. He invited me to a couple like runs earlier in the summer when some of the like his college and pro guys that he knows, he was organizing Czech Rock runs and shit, but I couldn't because work related stuff.
Come on.
That's why it's like for me, basketball is still dope, and I want to find time to create that space for myself. It should just be challenging, just with everything I'm trying to manage and do. Like I got to be a dad. I got to be a freaking content creator. I got to be a trainer. I got to be a player development specialist. Like a bunch of different
podcaster.
Things.
Like you got a lot on your plate,
That's
brother. Yeah, a lot on your plate.
Find the time to get out there and just fuck around on the hoop side is a different thing. But we'll find a time. We will find a time or create the time because again, it's space that I would do want to explore.
Yes.
And maybe have some content around it. Got some ideas and some things, but we'll see. But yeah, that was cool. Duffy's Hope was cool.
Yeah,
no complaints at all.
Food was good. I had some. They held it down with the food.
They held it down in the food with the back. I did not get to eat though. I will say, Duffy, and it's my own fault.
Shouts
so
to
I'm
Duffy.
not going. Knock anything that y'all had going on, but. They had a big spread in the back of the locker room and all that shit. But me thinking I'm about to play a game and all that other shit, like I'm like, nah, I'm not eating fried chicken, pasta.
Yeah, they had Olive Garden.
Right.
Had,
maybe if you give me a 2 to 3 hour window, that's
King's
a different
cuisine.
story. But we better to get dressed. And some of these niggas got plates and they eating. So I'm like, nah, I'm not doing none of that.
It was a lot. It was a lot of food.
Then
it was
after
so
the game,
much.
when I tried to go eat, I'm like, all right, cool, game over. I'm hungry now. I've been here for a few hours. Like they said, they was packaging the food, so I couldn't get none right now.
Oh, I got my packaged food.
I wasn't waiting that long, bro. I had to get out of there.
You mean? I would have got my. Man, I went up in there.
Bro, I told you that shit was interrupting some of the plans that I had for my birthday weekend.
Oh,
so,
yeah, you did have to do that.
I was out. Like my birthday was midnight of the night of that thing. I ain't like I'm in the game. Cool. I'm here to represent. I'm here to like kick it for a little bit. But as soon as this shit is over, I'm out. And the shit, me, I'm not super like. I ain't super Mr. Social all the time either.
No, you're not. I was like, yeah, you want to take a picture with the celebrities? You was like, man, I don't care.
Yeah, nah.
I was like, hey,
Shout out to Pee Wee Kirkland because that's the only one I really wanted. I did get a flick with Pee Wee, but
I'm like, bro, we gotta like I'm trying to promote the podcast. Who knows? You could have been like, yo, would love for you to come on the pod. It'd have been like that. I'm like this.
No doubt. And I'm not saying that you are not correct in your opinion.
I know.
I'm saying at that point I was socialed out and I was ready to get to kicking it for my birthday.
I know.
All them people in there had a different agenda than me at that point. I'm like, I'm out. Like I'm out of here.
I can't expect you to be the social button. That's me. That's my swag. That's my role. I mean, that's why I wish there was a way to meet for me to be on the court in a different capacity. I was there. I was part of it. Got to be in the little VIP section and all that. I did get flicks with Michael Rainey Jr. I did get flicks
That's fire,
with
man.
Yeah. Pee Wee Kirkland and all that. But I didn't get the opportunity to have that one-on-one. Like, hey, yo, would love for you to hop on our pod.
And that's the thing for me too. Like, I also know what it's like to be like hounded in scenarios where I'm not really trying to have that conversation right now. And part of me was like, I'm not about to go press Tariq and try to get him on the pod when I know that he just had to do a meet and greet before this, because I saw them have to go do the meet and greet before the game. Get dressed for the game, play in the game. After the game, I have to go to the after party. I know I'm not just going to be able to lead this bitch. So a lot of times I'll be more respectful of the person, the celebrity, or the person who's like of a higher like clout or whatever than I got, just because I'm not trying to bug you in a moment where you might be like, bro, I'm burnt the fuck out. Like, I ain't trying to hear that shit right now. You know? And opportunities are opportunities, and they always when they present themselves,
that you did something wrong or anything like that.
I'll just be like, nah, I'm gonna let him chill, because I know I'm being, and I'm not saying to his level or whatever, but I do know what it's like to have like fans and shit like that, like and it's just like, bro, I'm tired.
Hey,
I just wanna, no disrespect, but then that's when you end up getting on fucking like posts and Twitter and all that shit. Oh, he was an asshole, whatever. So I don't want to put myself in a position to make anyone have to turn me down, because like, I respect your space, bro. I know where you at.
I'm just gonna put shots up until they go in. That's my personal.
No doubt. And there's a lot of people that do that. So.
Yeah.
And so they be winning sometimes.
Sometimes you win.
They be winning sometimes.
But you never know if you don't take a shot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep getting funky with you. You know what I mean? I think that we are still gonna elevate. I know that there's plans in the future for us to do some things that are bigger, outside of Duffy's. But shouts to Duffy's. Shouts to, everything that happened on that weekend, birthday weekend, Duffy weekend. It was just a wonderful time and a wonderful, moment.
It went fast.
It's on to the next, man. We got more things to do in life. You know what I mean?
We got a couple things.
We can't be.
I want to pop out to one of the Creatives Only shit. They next.
Oh yeah. Shouts to Creatives Only.
29th, right?
The 24th. Believe it or not.
I'm off.
Which is you got that one. You gonna have to go as an EFS representative, because I got Dear Summer Barbecue. I'm going to.
Oh, the shit in DC.
The DC shit.
Yeah, well, I ain't going there.
I know. So you can do the Creatives Only. I
probably ain't gonna do the Creatives.
Well, damn! Like, I thought you said you want to pop out. Like,
I do, but I don't like popping out solo to shit I don't know nobody at. If I'm just
but you know Lonnie.
Lonnie gonna be hosting.
He's not hosting. He's not like gonna be sitting like her. Everybody,
I'm not running behind Lonnie the whole time either.
No, that's true.
If I ain't going with nobody, then I probably ain't going.
All right, you can bring Mars and all that. You can do that, and because it's gonna be like a lot of kids stuff. It's gonna be like
we'll see.
Back to school stuff.
We'll see. It is a back to school, so
it's gonna be enough to like you can do something. You know what I mean? Bring your shorty.
We'll see.
Sit out there, watch a movie.
I don't know what I'm doing this weekend, so
there's something this weekend too. This is the vegetarian and vegan barbecue 8th annual joint that's happening at Fox Point Park in Wilmington, right by the water.
Yeah, that's another one that went over my head.
I'm tapped in, bro. I'm tapped in.
You the guy.
Shouts to my homie Obazi. He gonna be hosting that joint, and the Travel Marina. She's gonna be or Blue Tulip, if you gonna go by her artistry name. She's gonna be performing and kind of putting things together. So it's a lot of energy, man. A lot of energy. A lot of things happening for Delaware. I love it. I love that we got multiple things going on.
You are the Delaware representative, man.
Hey, listen, I'm out here.
I'm here, but I ain't, I wouldn't consider myself a Delawarean other than
my
residence.
I don't consider myself a Delawarean either, to be honest with you, but I'm tapped in. I'll say that.
You definitely tapped in with a lot of people out here.
Facts.
Like I said, I don't know shit going on right now. The only thing I'm tapped into is the next topic, which is the Olympic action that we got going on currently. All across the timelines, the airwaves, a lot of different events, a lot of different, just spectacles of athletics, like I talked about last time, which is what I enjoy the most in this year, I would say.
Beautiful time.
So first up, where we going first with it?
Well, it's up to you, but
I mean, I can go anywhere with it. You wrote Simone Biles down, so I was waiting to see where you was going.
Simone Biles got silver in her last event.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a little bit of controversy towards the end of that joint. But
only for Jordan Childs, not for Simone.
Not for Simone, but there's a little controversy. But it was also, I wanted to say, it was amazing to see the podium with nothing but black women.
Yeah, and shouts to the
it was beautiful to see that. Like, I know
the
there's
Brazilian
little girls. Yeah, Andrade.
Yeah, I'm probably butchering her name right now. I don't think that's how it actually is, but
hey,
and she's fire too. I was watching the whole
Rebecca. We'll say that.
Yep, yeah, Rebecca is her first name. We'll call her that.
Rebecca.
But
she snapped, hit everything perfectly.
They just say executed. She's Simone's only competition right now. So
in terms
it
of
was good to see that. The only thing that happened for Simone, I think, was because I watched the playback of that shit. She hurt herself right before that shit started.
Oh yeah. She definitely hurt herself.
She's been hurt the whole time,
and she just
which
took it
like lends to like her greatness because her calf has been fucked up since before the fucking shit really kicked off.
And still perform and still get silver was crazy.
Yeah, no doubt.
That determination.
She was a little all over the place in that last one, but I mean, she did everything she needed to do, man. Yeah. I ain't even tripping off that. Like, and she hurt. Like, you the best ever. For you to actually be hurt the way you was, because they show like plays of early in the week where she was working with her calf shit, getting her shit taped up, like talking, and they doing a lip read and shit. Like, she's talking about, my calf, like, so that's just been bothering her. And as a gymnast, your calves is one of the most fucking important muscles you got.
She was saying her body like was breaking down.
I mean, she's 26, young, but for a gymnast, like, that's old. Yeah, 27 actually.
How old is Simone Biles?
Watch her shit pop right up as soon as you open it up.
Simone Biles is 27 years old.
I don't
You're
get
not
that.
there yet.
Yeah, nah,
but you're still on there. But you're not there yet.
Yeah, nah.
It's all good.
Yeah, but she's 27.
Give some time.
And again, to be to be dealing with those ailments throughout that whole competition, for me, it's like it even shows more. Like, she the shit. Like,
she's that girl.
Yeah, all that. Nah, Jordan Childs is that girl. Simone's the GOAT.
She's that girl.
Whatever you want to call it. But nah, Jordan Childs is that girl, and that's what she says, I'm that girl. That's her thing. So
yeah.
And
I like
shouts
Jordan
to her too.
Yeah.
Jordan's fire too.
You have to say the same thing. Yeah.
Jordan's fire too.
She did a good job. She, like, at first I felt bad for the homegirl, I want to say from Mexico or something, who was originally getting the bronze, but they challenged.
No, it wasn't. It was a European country.
European? I don't know what it was. But they challenged, and then they, you know what I mean, pivoted.
They fucked up her start score.
So I'm like, ooh, that's crazy.
Give homegirl her points.
Give her points, and she
won. Give her medal too.
And she got it.
Yeah,
she got it.
They say that shit can happen a lot though. It's just like a challenge in a basketball game. Like, whether you use it or don't, you still got your challenges. But if you do challenge, then you might get a positive outcome from it.
Yep.
It says like you can just do that shit whenever, and that shit will change the score. Which I didn't realize until after it happened.
I started doing some research and trying to figure out, what's the challenge system about? It's a lot to it, and I didn't care to go that deep. But I mean,
it's basically just getting point, because the way gymnastics is, like, you submit your routine. Your routine has a certain score to it. Do you live up to the score of the routine versus like the little mistakes that you make within the performance that will deduct your overall points for it. That's why gymnastics is all really about, which is why Simone is so fire, because all her start scores be higher than anybody else shit.
She's doing
so even if she fuck up a little bit, she's only coming down. It's like shoot for the moon and you might land in the stars type shit. Even if she fuck up, she's still gonna have a higher score in general, because other people is not even attempting some of the shit that she's doing.
She's doing craziness in the air.
So that shit is like, it was great to see, and her to dominate the way she did. So shit, she take home a silver for her last joint, maybe ever. Like, and she tied it up. I think she kind of like off this shit now. Like,
I don't know if she's off it or not, but I know that she's definitely
the sport. But I think as far as like, the pressure and all that other shit, because she's been vocal about how she had to overcome all that shit.
Yeah, but I think she loves what she does, and I think that's where, at least for me, she may be just pivoting to a different place in terms of where she wants to go with.
She's going on tour.
Yeah,
she has an American tour when she comes back.
She's gonna just be taking it to.
She's in the boot right now.
She's elevating. She's elevating the sport to a whole new heights, and I think it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see and witness.
No, it's fire.
If you need inspiration for who's your quote gonna come from, man, I know a person.
I mean, if you want to go for Simone quote,
I'm not saying it's on you to do it. It ain't on me. It's on you.
I will concede my quote.
I will concede my quote
because I may not actually have one.
Nah, you better go ahead with that.
But now it's fire. Shouts to the USA gymnast. Suni Lee, too. She might be the clumsiest gymnast I ever seen, though. Because if you ever see her warm up, she fucks herself up in the warm up very, very often. Like, but then it's just like the commentators was like, yeah, don't worry about that. That's just Suni being Suni, more or less. But then I come out and like throw like a fire performance after that. The last shit, the balance
Suni Lee, so Suni Lee is getting like dragged on Twitter. No, not Suni, but Devin Booker, because supposedly he took a picture with Suni. Like,
and they thought they was on a date.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know if nothing's wrong with that, though.
I don't know if, but the Twitter went crazy.
Devin Booker's.
Tell me why then. Tell me why Twitter going crazy.
I don't know. I saw the picture and I saw the picture and I was like, close. Oh, okay, that's fire.
He was close.
Like, that's fire. Maybe they linked up.
Does she have a boyfriend?
I don't know that, but like,
hey Siri,
that might have been her boyfriend
is
for the night.
Single?
I don't know.
First of all, how old is she? Come on, don't do that. Hey Siri, how old is Suni Lee?
She's 20. She's 20-something.
20-something?
Yeah.
Sunisa Lee is 21 years old.
She's 21.
21. That's drinking age.
She's old.
How old is Devin Booker?
Devin Booker's 20. I want to say
Siri.
25 or 26.
How old is Devin Booker?
Devin Booker is 27 years old.
27.
I
said 26. 27.
I can see people being
Listen, man, I ain't
sensitive
trying to
about
hear
age.
Bro,
I can see people being sensitive.
stop.
I'm not saying
because you're gonna make it go to a different place,
Please,
and I ain't trying to go there. Nah, because this ain't about that.
6 years difference.
This ain't
I can
about
see people
that.
being sensitive.
Listen.
I'm not saying it's justified. I'm just saying I can see people doing it.
That's stupid to me.
6 years
that's
different.
Stupid.
6 years difference.
That's stupid. With them two, for it to be a level of outrage. She's 21, he's 27.
I don't know.
You see how many niggas is dating chicks 20 years younger than them when they 40? And that's all I'm gonna say because I'm not going into it right now. Because I got a wormhole I can go on with this shit.
You really want to
and
go
I
there?
can call out a lot of y'all favorite celebrities for the same shit, but I want our podcast to grow, so I'm gonna fall back. Because a lot of y'all may not like me from my perspective.
I want to hear it,
old
though.
niggas and young girls, so I ain't gonna say nothing about it. But Devin Booker's Gucci, like 21, 26. And they both lit right now. They both out there representing their shit, so no doubt. Go, maybe they went on a little drinky drink out there. They was at the same party, which was a party for it was a I don't know. Now that wasn't the Ann Edwards party, but it was a party they was having that was thrown when the USA team got back to Paris because they was playing in Lille, which is another city which Lille is fired to. I've been there before. Shout out to my boy Mo, who used to play in Lille. I used to link up with him out there. But they was playing in Lille until they got back to Paris. When they got to Paris, they had a party, and Dwayne Wade was there, Gab Union was there, but that was the night all the gymnastics shit ended. So I think Simone was there, Suni was there, Jordan was there, and they was all in the party. And Devin Booker was there. So, whatever might have transpired, we don't know. Whatever happens in Paris stays in Paris. But D Book, you good. Fuck these niggas. Like, she's of age and you're of age, and so enjoy yourself, my man.
This is according to the internet. I don't got nothing else but the internet right now. So supposedly Suni Lee had a history of dating USC football player Jalen Smith.
Okay.
And the two were in multiple photos and videos together towards the end of 2021, but have since been deleted.
He's out of there.
Because she received hate basically for being in an interracial relationship. But that's a whole nother conversation. All I'm saying is...
That's a whole nother conversation.
All I'm saying is...
Yo, Suni.
Yo, Suni is
D
crazy.
Book might be a good look for you, girl. Who knows?
D Book is a pivot.
Who knows?
Go from football to basketball?
They always going to alternate between the two.
Who's they?
They. They always gonna alternate between the two.
Who is they?
Trust me.
All right, say less.
Trust me.
What about the Team USA basketball? Let's pivot a little bit.
We already talked about them. D Book is.
I know, but I'm saying
in the headlines for
pivoting a little bit about.
They Gucci, man. They just beat the shit out of Brazil last night. Like,
yeah, they dominated like crazy.
Like, somebody gonna score a little bit, somebody might not play. Somebody I honestly find the other sports that much more interested in the basketball just because it hasn't really been a competition.
Here's my question.
And I've watched the games. I ain't gonna say, well, not fully. When I had times, I definitely have watched some of the games. So,
is there any chance that we could start sending this level of quality and talent to the FIBA championships? Because we getting demolished in FIBA.
Nah, hell no.
Why
it's
not?
Happening. It's too much of a commitment.
Why can't? But we're getting slaughtered.
We're not getting slaughtered. We're still meddling.
I mean, I hear
We're
you.
still meddling.
I hear you.
That just goes to show that the rest of the world has caught up to the U.S. So when the U.S. doesn't send the best of the best, then you might be sweet. So
Germany beat them last year, so that's what I'm trying to say.
And Germany ain't no slouch on the international level.
I know.
Either.
That's what I'm trying to say.
And they got NBA players on their roster.
That's what I'm trying to say.
The
Can
numbers
we stop
that they've
playing games? Like we not.
But you got to act. That means you asking the top levels of athletes in the NBA, which is the best league in the world.
Even if you just do the bench, not even the starters.
What you mean the bench?
Like if you do people from the bench of the NBA, USA basketball, not even the starters. Let's leave out LeBron. Let's leave out Kevin Durant. Let's leave out Steph. Let's leave out
Edwards played. Jason Tatum played. Kevin Durant played in the World Championships prior. Like,
he didn't do the last one.
Not the last one, but he's in the twilight of his career, bro. Like, I'm not trying to keep doing that shit every freaking year is the thing.
That's the point.
So the younger players who are now kind of on the same level as a lot of the
Austin
international
Reeves,
players.
bro.
Yeah, but they got to fill a roster with somebody.
That stuff, somebody? I'm just saying, you got so much talent in the NBA. Y'all putting out Austin Reeves. No shot to Austin Reeves. I'm not saying that to say
Austin Reeves might have been selected for it. I don't know what goes on with the inner workings of the USA basketball decision making. We just had a whole conversation about Jaylen Brown shit last episode. So we know that decision making ain't always on point.
Facts.
They probably could have got somebody better than Austin Reeves last year, but they chose to go with Austin Reeves.
That's what I'm saying.
So
what are we doing? I'm making my petition to the USA basketball FIBA team, right? Let's change from Greg Popovich. I'm sorry, I'm tired of Greg. And let's maybe do some things differently. Let's put somebody else up there instead of the third, fourth string niggas that just came out of there.
Those people got to want to play, though, too.
I hear you. There's a whole bunch of all-stars that would probably take the opportunity.
A lot of these niggas don't be trying to do that shit, bro. You got to figure they play basketball all year round if you do some shit like FIBA. The Olympics, these guys' timetable for how quick they got to turn it around and get back ready for the NBA season is very short. Like, and you talking about guys who put a lot of miles on their body throughout 82 games.
That's plus, 82 games. I be forgetting.
Most of these guys on that team
anyway. Nobody's trying to see 82 games.
Have played an 82 game season plus. Jason Tatum just went to the finals.
Yep.
Drew Holiday, finals. Derek White, finals. Freaking who else? Kevin Durant, first round loss. Devin Booker, first round loss, but that's more than 82 games. You got a bunch of playoff players on that roster. Joel Embiid, I keep saying he should be sitting his ass down.
Sit down.
Playoffs.
Sit down, Joel.
So it's like a lot of these dudes are putting miles and miles and miles on their body in general, and then you got to ask them to commit to 6 to 8 weeks of more basketball. That's 2 months. When right after that, it's going to be September before you know it. And then once October roll around, you definitely in preseason. Like, these dudes ain't getting no time off. So to ask them to do that shit every summer is nuts to me.
That's fair.
Because the World Championships keep
on
coming.
Points.
They
you
keep
make
on
valid
coming.
points.
Somebody got to fill out the roster, and I get it. And we should have a team that can compete, but we are competing.
We are competing.
Like, we medaling every time, so it's not like we coming up, short to where we falling out of the medal round. That to me is like a disgrace. But the rest of the world has caught up to the USA basketball-wise.
Yep.
Like, you got to look at the biggest players in the league right now.
And they're overseas.
They're all overseas guys. Luka overseas, Jokic overseas, Giannis overseas. Like, Shea Gilgert. Shea is from Canada. He's not from the States.
Yeah.
Like, Canada's team is an NBA roster. Like, damn near top to bottom.
Yep.
RJ Barrett, freaking homie from the Houston. Nigga, get into it with everybody with the Braves.
I don't get that nigga no shine. I know you talking about though.
Yeah, nah, I can't. I'm blanking on his name right now.
That's a good thing.
Nah, it ain't.
This nigga is not. He's not.
But either way, like, the rest of the league has caught up to the USA. Like, it's not a thing to say that we can't get beat if we don't bring legendary, like, freaking generational, like, transcendent players on the roster.
I ain't mad at that.
Like, that just goes to show that, like, we need that in order to get over the hump with everybody else. Then the world is kind of open right now.
Facts.
And these next generational talents is coming from overseas.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't gonna see nobody like Jokic, maybe ever. Giannis, we ain't gonna see nobody like Giannis for the next maybe 15, 20 years. Luka, we ain't gonna see nobody like Luka for another 10 to 15 years. Not to say we don't got generational talent maybe in the U.S. Ant, we gonna see what his career pan out to be. Jason Tatum, maybe.
But I like Ant. I like Ant for the future.
And it's fire. And I think this is going to catapult Ant to a different player this next season because now he's getting to see all his homies who, not homies, all his idols to now turn to his homies by messing around and being with them through the Olympic,
Come on,
which is great. And that's why I love
Ball
the
out.
unification of it. But
Ball out.
That's a lot of commitment, man. It's a lot of commitment.
You make it make more sense for me. I still wish that things were different, but I realize there's money, there's lives, there's people. It's not like I can just turn the game on and click my players that I want to pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, nah, there's other aspects that aren't being taken into account. So I give you that. I'll concede and acquiesce that maybe I'm tripping over here.
Olympics related, you did spark a thought that gave me a point that I wanted to bring up.
Sure.
Because we talked about Olympic athletes and compensation
I'm an idea
the
man.
last time around.
What's up?
So compensation may come from the nation after the Olympics.
What do you mean?
And I'm going to just read something that popped up on the timeline, which sparked a thought. That's why I saved it. It's about an athlete from the Philippines. Where's my saves? Boom, boom, boom.
Talk to me. Can I just say the semifinals between Poland and USA is so intense for the volleyball?
Man, volleyball is some different shit, bro.
It's intense, man.
They be tall as hell on there, too. 6'5",
like,
6'7", 6'10". Like, these
athletic.
niggas is tall and athletic as hell. 40-inch verticals and all that. Look at that. You getting up there. Bang. Face over the net. Now this is the post. Everything the Filipino gymnast Carlos Yulo will receive for winning a gold medal. A house gifted by his country's government.
Nice.
Fully furnished 2-bedroom condo valued at 24 million Philippine pesos, which is $415,000 US.
Okay.
$1 million in cash in Filipino, which is $173,000 US from the Philippine Sports Commission, and $3 million in cash, 52,000 USD from the country's House of Representatives.
Nice. That's not bad.
For winning the gold. So
what about bronze?
I know we
silver?
had
Did you have that in there?
Nah, this is just something that popped up, and it did spark a point because I have heard of other in the past, which I didn't say last episode. I have heard of other nations like gifting the athletes money for putting on for their country. It may not be compensation through like a contractual agreement, like if I'm gonna play for you, then whatever. But if you go out there and you win, like on the back end, they gonna kick you something.
I got something.
And I'm not saying it's the same thing in every situation, but that did come up, and we was talking about the athletes' well-being and making sure that they're compensated for. So I think it is fire to put on for your country, and you come back and say, "All right, my nigga, now you got a house, cool. Thanks for the gold medal."
Yeah.
And it's even crazier because like the athletes that are in now putting on for themselves, putting on for their nation. Where they come back, you can see the celebrations and shit like that. Like homegirl who won 100 meters and beat Shaqiri. Like when she gets back to St. Lucia, like her shit looks completely different now. Yeah. They gonna name facilities and shit after her. Yeah. Like you're gonna have real like opportunities. Like same thing for Usain Bolt when he went back to Jamaica. Like you a legend, bro, forever. Like for putting on, you ain't gotta worry about shit.
No, we got you.
Usain here, yo, free.
Yeah, food's
like,
free.
It's free.
Take care of you. Don't
Give
worry.
him the spread free. Like, don't worry about nothing. Like that kind of shit is the perks you get from it. So it's dope to see the athletes putting on. So and a lot of these things are getting money too. Like Gabby Thomas, endorsements out the ass. All you seeing her is in commercial.
NIL
This is before the Olympics started because all this shit had to get shot before she came over to Paris or went over to Paris. No allows endorsements on endorsements and endorsements.
Shouts to him. He won.
All I'm seeing is
and a 200. I think, right?
Nah, he got the finals in the 200 coming up.
Oh, his finals coming up. I thought
the big thing, which I had to comment on somebody's shit earlier. No, ESPN. Like ESPN, you gotta stop doing corny shit, man.
What they doing?
Like, cause they know better. Like, and it pissed me off the shit that happened with not pissed me off, like for literally, but the shit when they was like posting Bronny's like deflections and shit, trying to hype him up. Now they've even got so like silly and cloudy on the internet that Noah Lyles placed second in his heat today for the 200-meter final. So they posted on their account, Noah Lyles took second in his heat, and that was like the caption with the like the big eyes face, like ooh drama, like that type of shit. I'm like
clickbait.
Exactly, like clickbaity type shit. I'm like ESPN, the top 2 people from every heat go through. Like ESPN, is a track star. If you've been running for damn near a week straight in grueling events, if I could save off a little bit of effort by cutting back a little bit to let somebody else get first before I get to the final, I'm probably gonna do that shit.
Yeah.
Like why are you posting that? To me, that's like corny shit from a reputable sports like
They're
like
doing that on
page.
purpose.
Like that shit's corny.
They're doing that on purpose.
Yeah, but the final for the 200s tomorrow. But USA's putting on big, especially on the track and field side. Homie from the 1500 meters last night, fire.
What'd he do?
The 1500 meter race we was talking about earlier.
Which one? I'm trying to figure out. Wait, hold on. Am I missing something?
The 1500 meter final last night. 1500 meters.
Who was it? I'm trying to figure out who it was.
He beat the homie from Norway.
Oh yeah, the white ball.
Yeah, the white boy.
The white ball. Yeah, we were surprised that he got that. Because them 1500 meters is usually.
Now 1500 meters is beastly. Yeah, but yeah, Cole Hawker, he pulled that shit off.
Mr. Hawker
ran him down in a great fashion. Now that was one of the best races I've seen this whole Olympics so far.
Yeah, it was fire.
And if you don't like sports or Olympics, then sorry, this may not be the episode for you. But shit was fire.
It was fire, and he came back and.
Well, a lot of people seen that. People was talking to me about that shit today. Like, yo, did you see that? I'm like, yeah, I saw that shit. Hell yeah. Ran down a Norwegian homie.
Yeah.
He was cocky and shit, which is cool. The funny shit was him and the homie from Great Britain had a little rivalry. And they were so wrapped up in each other that they didn't even see the little American, American
coming back. Yeah.
And then the other American, black homie with the wild name, I forget his name. I can't even pronounce his name, so I ain't even gonna try right now. But when he ran him down too and took third.
Quincy Hall ran him down and got first too. He was in the 400 meter.
Oh yeah.
He got gold.
Mm-hmm.
Showed some real grit, some real
gritty.
heart.
That was gritty. That was today too.
That was today. Yeah, it was amazing. I just love seeing. People dig deep. I said this on the podcast a couple. Passion. It was. I love seeing real authentic.
But you
passion.
gotta pause.
All right,
for content, you gotta pause that.
Come on,
I love seeing people dig deep.
If I would have said that,
it
is what it is, man.
If I would have said that,
shouts to Cam and Mace, man. Shouts to Cam and Mace. Pause. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You can continue.
But I definitely see that as an opportunity to really be motivated, man, and be inspired. Because when you see someone give it their all, dig deep, and fight through whatever they're dealing with, whether it's on the track and field or in the swimming or whatever it is, there's people are fighting, and you're not alone in that, man. We are Dreamers United. Merch available online at shop.iamwaldoblack.com.
I see how that relates. I liked what you just did with that. That was fire.
Again, merch is available online at shop.iamwaldoblack.com.
No, that's good. That's good. Little plug.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Sometimes you got to put yourself out there. Sometimes you got to pop out and show. No, I'm not going to go there.
You can't do that. Not to your goat.
Not to your goat. Who my goat?
Not to your goat. Oh, J. Cole. I'm sorry.
All right.
My bad.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but it was good. It was good. It's been good. We've been seeing great competitions, and you're right. I do think it is like a great thing to see athletes. That's what I like about the Olympics so much, and I know we Olympic heavy, but at this point, it just is what it is. It is the spectacle of the highest levels of athletes in the world. Like people, they devote their lives to these crafts and these disciplines that they got to go out there and try to compete at. Like, you ain't gonna see nobody that. I ain't gonna say that. You might see somebody that don't deserve to be there.
You might see somebody that doesn't
politics, whatever. But a lot of people
crazy.
who are in the Olympics, they deserve to fucking be there. Because they worked that hard, they put on for themselves, their teams individually.
Looks like Poland just pulled off a win and upset against USA, and they're crying.
Is that an upset or you upset?
Well, they
crying.
Won. They won. So
damn, USA out.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, I still love seeing real passion, real emotion. Shouts to them. They worked hard. It wasn't like they didn't earn it. They earned every bit of it, and the whole pride of their country is on their back, man. That's good sportsmanship, good heart. Shouts to Team USA. They fought valiantly. Hey, I respect it. I respect it, man. You did what you had to do to get the job done.
Yeah, that was good. That's good. One less medal for the USA. Getting knocked out of the semifinals, but whatever. Or they might go to the bronze medal game, actually.
Yeah, it might be.
They got to duke it out for bronze.
We'll see.
But yeah, we're going to see what's up, man. See how the rest of these Olympics go. Love it. Love it. Olympics related, did want to touch on real quick because I feel robbed.
You feel robbed?
Yeah, on the track and field side.
Why is that?
You remember I was talking about Sprint, the docuseries on Netflix leading up to the Olympics. Two of the most notable athletes on that documentary, and not to say that I didn't know them before that documentary, but even having them reach that level to now not being in certain environments off of that documentary was a little like disappointing for me. With the whole Jamaica and them not having anybody in the track and field 100 and 200, their best representatives, Sharika Jackson and Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, neither of them competed. So to me, I felt a little bit, a little robbed by certain aspects of that. Sharika Jackson, injury related to, I don't know the full extent of it, like from just reading around the reports and stuff. She did have to back out because some injury that she was been dealing with for a few months now since before the Olympics. Right. And of course, if you're not at your peak level, you don't feel like you can give it your all when the stakes are that high, don't do it. I would respect somebody's bowing out because of that reason. So Sharika Jackson's situation, I think, is a little bit more like respectable. What happened with Shelly Ann Fraser-Price to me is a little bit of disrespect, and somebody on the Olympic Committee needs to be spoken to about that, because you robbed the world of a situation that could have been monumental. Maybe not, but we'll never know because she didn't get to compete. And she had to back out of the race just because of the whole. And Sha'Carri Richardson, too, like, shouts to her for being able to even pull it together to run her 200-meter final after whatever happened. But the day of the final with the whole the gate situation.
The gate
situation. Them getting into the training area. Like, so apparently they were traveling on a different bus from the team bus because they weren't staying, not the team buses or whatever, but there's athletes, when you go to the Olympics, there's the Olympic Village where the athletes stay at. So if you weren't on the bus coming from the Olympic Village with the Jamaican athletes on it, and you had private transport to which Shelly Ann Fraser-Price had organized because she was staying with somewhere else, going to training, going to the events up until that day where they changed the rules to say that only people on the team bus from the Olympic Village can enter at this point, and anybody else needs to enter at another point, without even letting the athletes know. Her and Sha'Carri Richardson, the video's been floating around about them standing outside the gate looking stupid, like, yo, we just came here yesterday. They said, we changed the rules and y'all can't get in here today. So y'all got to walk an hour to the other gate to get to a point that's closer coming through this gate that we're at currently for the athletes. So both her and Sha'Carri Richardson have to walk an hour to the other gate just to get back to the training facility before. And then they said Shelly Ann Fraser-Price suffered an injury during her warm-up. For a track athlete, having to put an hour on your legs right before the biggest race of your life, potentially. Sha'Carri Richardson's life for sure. Shelly Ann Fraser-Price been doing this for a long time. But Sha'Carri Richardson, that was the biggest race of her fucking life to this point. To be able to make it to the Olympics after the whole weed ban and all that other shit, to then get into the final itself in a field that was kind of stacked a little bit, to me was an accomplishment. But then for that get to the final with a chance to get the gold was a little funny style to me for that to be the reason that she might have won silver or she may have been potentially in a position to win gold. I think she just got beat. That's my perspective. But again, we'll never know. And then for you to put that much like stress on Shelly Ann Fraser-Price's legs, who's an athlete who's 37, 1 year younger than me, and she got to get it going for one of the biggest races of her life to keep her legacy, her career going. And she suffers an injury during her warm-up, which is what they're saying. And I wouldn't even blame her if she said, I'm backing out because I have to walk an hour. Because that's, to me, is like, that's funny style. Like, you know who the fuck I am. You know who Sha'Carri Richardson is. Let us do this fucking gate. Y'all know we on the ticket today. I understand security. I understand all that shit. But if you didn't communicate that to us, then, like, y'all in the wrong. We should be able to get in here and we can do what we got to do. For y'all, too, because the whole spectacle of this Olympic shit, you putting us on the spotlight is giving y'all clout, too. So, to me, that's kind of corny.
I typically have, I do an adverse or opposite reaction. But I agree with you. I agree completely. The reaction I want to know is, EFS family, what do you think? Is this targeting these athletes specifically? Was this a ploy orchestrated by the Olympics? Do you have a healthy skepticism? Find out on the next episode of the EFS pod.
Once the Olympics is over, we can't talk about this shit for the next 4 years.
Yeah, I know, right?
So but no, I just get it off now.
I want to know. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you say your viewpoints. Give your perspective. Was Sha'Carri and Shelly Ann robbed, or was it a deeper conspiracy to affect their ability to perform on the day of the event? Was it just simply a rule change to make things more safer?
They were saying that too.
Who knows?
Saying there might have been a tactic. I saw some perspectives on that. Like, I ain't gonna say it was that. I just think it's stupidity. And if you know French people,
oh wow, that's a hot take.
I'm gonna just stop. Cause I have a lot of love for people in France too. I ain't gonna say it like that.
But he played in France. He has a perspective.
Most of my time,
he has a lot of perspective.
France. My biggest number of years was spent in France. So I have a lot of love and a lot of homies over there. But if you know French people, some of them is a little fucking arrogant. And
that's a hot take.
Nah, it ain't a hot take. If you know, that's a if you know, you know.
That's it.
If you know, you know. Like,
hot take.
Yeah. Some of them French motherfuckers be arrogant as shit, and you can't tell them nothing. The same shit that just happened. I forget who it was with Kelly Rowland when she went ham on the girl at the Cannes Film Festival.
Damn, I didn't even know Kelly Rowland was still doing shit.
She out here.
Is she?
She out here. She was at the film festival, and then she was going off on one of the women there, French lady, who was like treating her a little wild. So I'm saying,
a little funny style.
If you know, and again, I can understand you having rules and all that shit, but come on, man, you're talking to the biggest athletes, and right now, some of the biggest celebrities in the world. Yeah. So come on, man, you can't botch that. You can't fuck that up. You can't fuck that up.
Let them know how you feel.
That's
EFS family.
That's that.
Leave some comments. Tell me your perspective. Definitely want to hear it.
I mean, hey, man, it is what it is. But at this point, we see how the medal shook out. I just think I felt a little bit robbed, and that's all because I love to see, the Jamaican sprinters as somebody who's a Caribbean, of the lineage. Like, I love to see all the athletes in the Caribbean doing their thing.
Seeing representation is important, so seeing yourself out there would have been nice.
Facts. And we got a Bayesian in the 400-meter final, so that'll be fire too. But yeah, this is great. This is great. But it does give me a bad feeling to not see some of the athletes be able to represent for the nation. And
that's fair.
And some of the most reputable and notable athletes too. So whatever. Sharika said different story, but Shelly Ann Fraser Price, that shit kind of grinded my gears. I'm like, why I ought to write an email to somebody like, what the fuck y'all doing down there? Yeah. But this whole Olympics thing did lead me to, I guess, a greater quick conversation because I wrap this thing up soon enough, I guess. Patriotism. Because we're seeing different nations go at it, and off of the point that I just made, kind of like a segue into it, with me loving to see the Caribbean athletes perform and all that other stuff. It's a lot of Team USA, a lot of USA going on right now.
USA.
And
USA.
I'm victim to it myself because I do got a heart for the athletes in the USA and us putting on, but it led me to a bigger just point of like how patriotic
Let me sit up.
are we actually, or is it just right now because sports is on and got everybody on like in something to root for, something to like unify over, et cetera, to make it a moment.
Are you asking?
I'm asking, how patriotic are we?
50%.
You mean us as a nation, the USA?
Yeah.
All right, speak on it.
I think we're 50% patriotic and 50% not patriotic. I think we are only patriotic when it suits us or benefits us as a collective society. So basically, the enemy of my enemy is my friend type energy. So if there's someone against America, we're going to band together.
No doubt.
As soon as it's us against us, kind of like in a family. Like, I could pick on my brother, but nobody else outside my family can. That's what I do. You can't do it. And that's where I think we are in terms of society. We don't necessarily dislike our fellow man when it comes to them being attacked by somebody else. If someone, blew up a building or attacked us, we would band together tomorrow because no one attacks America. But while we're here by ourselves, we're going to have discourse and be upset, and it's the red versus the blue, and it's all of that energy. And that's why I say we're 50% united or patriotic rather, and that's because the other 50% is us having our own issues, whether that's based off of history, based off of the climate, social climate right now, political views, economical standards or, financial situations. All of it ties in. So 50%. I'm sticking to.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. I think that I would say my numbers isn't really too far off. I do think as soon as these Olympics is over, it's go back to a very dark place for the nation.
We're gonna be like, actually, if you tap in enough, you might see that we're already still at odds over this upcoming elections and things like that.
As soon as these Olympics is over, this shit is going to heat up. It's going to be damn near September, and then from there, we about to cast these votes for this shit show that we.
What are we about 80 days away from the?
I don't even know
from the voting.
I'm living in the moment. Just keep giving me the sports as a distraction, and I'll be just fine for about another, few days. See how this shit plays out.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and I personally don't want to get into a political conversation this late into the pod.
It's over.
I say, enjoy USA sports while you can, and root for your fellow man. That's it.
No doubt.
Or woman.
So put that song that put a little love in your heart.
Put a little love in your heart.
Nah, it's crickets for that.
Come on, hey, that guy sounded pretty good. Come on,
I mean, you sounded fine, but
thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, so moving forward, wrapping up our sports talk, we will get into our real talk segment.
Segment.
We gotta get a drop for that. We gotta get a drop for that.
Listen, I got you.
Today's real talk segment comes off of just being busy as a motherfucker, and I ain't really got too much perspective on it just because I'm in the middle of it. But I do realize that even more so now, time management is a big thing. Meaning, I guess personally for myself, that time management is challenging, trying to juggle and balance and be able to manage at least 3 or 4 different things on a weekly basis and keep everything in line, keep everything on schedule, keep everything to where I'm not burning myself out, keep everything to where all things are just running like a well-oiled machine, So coming from someone who is a very busy person, I know a lot of people out there are busy people. So, I think that finding effective time management strategies is something that I'm in the midst of working through myself. So I guess it's a moment of whatever vulnerability you want to call it. So for my real talk segment today, I did want to open up the conversation about just being someone who can be on point in many different ways, strategies that I started to employ. And I'm not normally a person, and I need to be better at this, about just making sure things are set on a calendar to where I can be able to access that shit and look at it and find out exactly where I need to be at what point and shit like that. But I move around so much that sometimes it's like hard to make sure I'm sitting down and getting all those things organized. And sometimes things pop up and I'm like, okay, make sure I gotta write that down later. And I forget later to write that shit down. And then it's like, oh, okay, remember that thing that was coming? Oh shit, that's like tomorrow, So, it'd be a lot sometimes. So I do think I can share in the struggle of the grinder, entrepreneur, the person who's just really, really trying to get to it and ain't really feeling like they got much time to do it, because the more time you waste, then the more time those opportunities are not at your door. So I do think that the struggle for time management is something that I can relate to if there's anybody out there going through those same kind of things,
Yep.
Perspective.
I mean, I got a slight perspective. I just when it comes to time management, man, I don't be so quick to hurry that you start to worry, and then at least take a moment to pause and give yourself peace. That's it.
Was that like a Waldo Blackism?
Hey, it's got a little something to it, don't it?
Was that like written somewhere? You sound like you said that shit before.
That's me, man. That's me. That's a Waldo Black original, right? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel you.
But it really does speak to a lot of people just constantly, you know what I mean? Like you're trying so much to move and do it, and all that does is create more worry, create more, angst and more energy that is counter to peace. You have to stop and then organize and get things in place and give yourself a little bit of grace. And then, you know what? You'll increase the peace in your life. Because I think that's what I've learned a lot more now is saying no to shit that I don't 100% find joy or in committing to. Like, I love doing the podcast. I love, recording music and things like that. There's moments where I'm like, people ask me, hey, yo, I got $300, $400. I want you to host this party. And I'm like, what's the party? Oh, it's going to be a lingerie foam party with, I'm like, nope, I'm good. Because that's going to disrupt my peace.
They still need a host? Do they still need a host?
You good. Yeah. I got you, Christine. I got you.
She would go with me. What you mean?
I'm just teasing, man. What I'm trying to say is,
we with that kind of shit.
I bet. But what I'm trying to say is taking a moment to really figure out if something is speaking to you internally and is going to give you joy and it matches with what you really truly see yourself doing. I mean, that's important, because not every bag is a good bag to get, and there's layers to things that without me going too deep, we only got so much time. Bottom line is, take a second to pause and think about the decisions you make and how you make them. Don't worry yourself, don't stress yourself, and just focus on being completely zen with your decisions. That's it. That's all I got. Quick Waldoism.
That's a Waldo-ism for all you busy niggas, I guess.
All you busy niggas.
So as we close this thing out here pretty soon, it is time to give our quote of the day.
Hey,
the quote
D Burke
comes from one of the greatest athletes ever of all time. Really
LeBron
appreciated
James?
seeing you at your heights. You have transitioned away from your sport at this point and on the great things, and speaking on some real profound things for athletes, which I've been catching lately, and I really appreciate that as well. Michael Phelps is who today's quotes come from.
Okay,
to go along with the Olympic theme. He's out there. I think he's still in Paris, but I saw him out there early enough.
Out there.
He looked way, way different now. You seen him lately?
With the comb over to the side and all that. He had the little hair.
Nah, he got the shit like the man bun shit. He got a little man bun thing and like a big beard. He kind of looked like, one of them old like Asian samurai fighter type niggas. Like he go with a, like he go with a Ginsu blade, like that type of shit. Nah, for real. Like, he got that look.
I gotta look at that. I don't think I've seen that version of Michael Phelps.
I'm telling you, look at Michael Phelps.
I'm checking him now.
Check him out. I'm telling you, he got a whole little. He looks zen as hell, like the chosen one type shit. Like he in that kind of state.
The chosen one.
Like look for Michael Phelps right now.
I'm looking at him.
You see it?
He look very Fabio. You know what I mean?
Fabio.
Like not Fabio, but
but he got an older. He got grays in the beard a little bit. He got the little man bun up at the top, like growing his shit out. He look like he's been through a lot.
I see. He got his little ting over there. He got a little ting.
Michael Phelps got tings.
Michael Phelps got ting.
Michael Phelps got tings, and Michael Phelps burned bud. So you always like,
Michael Phelps.
Ever since that bong incident, bro, I knew you was a real one. And that's when my love for Michael Phelps grew even more. But today's quote comes from Michael Phelps, to backtrack. And it's pretty short and sweet, but it's very profound, and it kind of goes along with a lot of the things that I have been going through and experienced. Yeah, got a nice family, man. Nice family. The quote goes, I think goals should never be easy. They should force you to work, even if they are uncomfortable at the time. And it's short and sweet. It ain't really no bells and whistles to that one. But it just ranged true to someone who did it at the heights of heights, when that shit was easy, when that shit was hard,
23 gold medals,
when that shit was challenging, to where none of y'all motherfuckers can fuck with me forever in history, And for that to be someone who utters that kind of like, that mindset, for me is like very profound, because it's like, bro, you've been uncomfortable your whole damn life, probably, just to get to the level that you at. So, for anyone that is going through the struggles of trying to time manage like myself, trying to make sure that you get in all of the opportunities lined up for your business to grow, for yourself to grow professionally, if you work for somebody, all those things, like the goals that you set out for yourself should never be easy. Just because if they're easy, then you're not really working towards some shit, you're not really aiming high enough. And, coming off of conversations I've been having recently, people just telling me, bro, do not think small. Like, when you think small, you box yourself in. When you think small, you limit yourself from what could be the greater, like, path for you, you know? So your goal should never be, small. They should always feel like they're going to make you a little bit uncomfortable. And one of my favorite phrases is to stay uncomfortable. And when you live in that, just know on the other side, there's growth, there's opportunity, there's just elevation for yourself. And today's quote from Michael Phelps, I think, rings true to that again. I think goals should never be easy. They should force you to work, even if they are uncomfortable at the time. So that's that from yours truly, your host, D Burke. We will wrap this thing up for episode 25, and we'll present another audio occasion to you pretty soon. So one more time, couple air horns, a round of applause. Episode 25 as we bring this thing to a close. Thanks for rocking with us. If you made it this far, remember to guard yourself mentally, spiritually, and all things in between. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on all platforms. We love the love, and we'll catch you on the flip side. EFS Podcast is out later.
Hey.